it to me again. They tried to get me this time. This time I caught you. I caught you. Y'all trying to censor me already. I'm just a regular dude, man. They trying to censor me, man. It's your boy 800 the Styles. Welcome to Thailand TV. It's your boy. God and man form. The prophet de jour, baby. You know what I'm saying? Giving you that mind of a matter, baby. What's going on, everybody? It's cold in the motherfucker. It's cold. You live in Minnesota, man. It's cold in the motherfucker, man. That's how cold it is as a motherfucker. See, if something's like really like off the chain, it's a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like it's like, man, this party jumping, man. Yeah, this party jumping like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey man, this game crazy. Yeah, man, this game crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like something in the motherfuckers. That's what the weather is right now, man. I know y'all feel me. Minnesota people feel me because just 3 weeks ago it was 70 degrees. So now we got 16-degree weathers, 9 degrees, I think it was the other day, TJ said. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody, man. Hope you're staying warm. Hope you're staying good. You know what I'm saying? I know there's people out there that be dedicated that still be getting on their journey, their jogging journey, man. So I applaud anybody that's doing it because I got to get back on mine. I got to get that body back. You know what I'm saying? I got to compete with my son now. He's about to be an athlete, man. Matter of fact, big shout out to them. Once again, class of 2026. Signing day will be on Wednesday. Shout out to all the 2026 class kids that are signing coming up again. Big shout out and bias. I am biased to my Apple Valley boys. My Apple Valley boys, man. Big ups to you guys, man. I think this is a fitting. You know what I'm saying? From the growth that I've seen you young men have, man. That's why I'm loving it. I love seeing you guys do this. I will be in attendance this Wednesday because my son will be signing his. Uh, so bittersweet, man. You know what I'm saying? That senior year comes. You never prepared for it, parents. So take a word. Anybody that's listening to me that's parents, athletes, um, just parents of kids in general, you never prepared for how quickly you get to senior year and realizing that they're gone. So uh, but you pass them on, man. You're in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? As long as you've done what you're supposed to have done, you know, it's a weight lifted off of you. That's what kind of feel like. It's a weight lifted off of you. You know, because now you can kind of let them go off and swim like little tadpoles. You know what I'm saying? Nemo, you can't do it, Nemo. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right. Let's see then. Let's see. All right. So hopefully, big shout outs to that young man. You know what I'm saying? I can talk like that to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a young man now. So big shout outs to him and his classmates, man. You guys at Apple Valley, man, y'all doing some things over there, man. You young people doing some things. I'm glad to be a part of it. Um, on the coaching level, on the volunteer level, on the board level, um, and just an activist in the community and watching these young kids, grow as trees. You know what I'm saying? In the right direction. So big shout out to Apple Valley program, man. You know, so we're doing big things. Matter of fact, popping off tomorrow. First game of the season. First game of the season tomorrow. Yes, big. About to go down. So basketball's cracking off. The boys basketball team plays their first game tomorrow um, against Breck at home. So come out, man. Check it out, man. JV be playing. JV, it just be JV and varsity playing. JV at 5:30, varsity at 7. So come check us out, man. Show these boys some love, man. I know a lot of people got kids in programs and things like that, but if you don't, or if your kid ain't playing today, man, come check us out, man. It's a chance to come watch some good basketball, man. Our team plays team. We play good basketball. So if you want to come see how it's done. Come out to Apple Valley, man. You know what I'm saying? You want your producers all in the videos. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dancing all in your videos. You know what I mean? Come to Death Row. Come to Apple Valley, baby. Come down, I'm just playing. Anybody know where that's from? They know what I'm talking about. So I'm just playing. But no, shout outs to the programs, man. The girls team cracking off the board. They're coming up. It's been a very wide for them, but they're coming up. The girls hockey team is cracking off. The boys hockey team cracking off. Wrestling, they just been a strong program. But I always preach Apple Valley High School sports. I just do. They're my kids, man. I've known these guys, man, and I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to reach out to these people, man. These young aspiring professionals, and give them my knowledge. You know what I'm saying, as much as possible. But I always say, man. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, blessings. And if you don't, it wasn't meant for you, man. Pass it on to somebody else, man. We trying to get this calculating, man. All right, man. Let me see here. We're gonna talk about sports today, right? I told y'all that. I got a topic. I got a main topic of the night tonight. Okay. We're gonna break down a little bit have a little player development talk, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to break down a little bit, talk about actually skill versus IQ, you know what I'm saying? The difference in it, how those attributes in a player benefits them or hurts them, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to say I apologize for Thursday. Last Thursday, I did not come and bring love talk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bringing you couple therapy. You know what I'm saying? No, just relationship advice. I did not bring you that on Thursday. This was last Thursday because it was Thanksgiving. Because I know, you know what I'm saying, people want to be with their family and stuff. I know they might not want to be just, have somebody hitting on deep conversations about relationships at a time where, you know what I'm saying, everybody's just chilling, hanging out with family, and plus everybody bloated after eating all their food, you know what I'm saying? And I ate too, you know what I'm saying? I got my eat on for the feet on, you know what I'm saying? No lie. I did. And, that's why I kind of gave it off, you know what I'm saying, for everybody, because I know, everybody probably be resting, probably sleeping, man, you know what I'm saying? Anybody I know. But, and that was a thing for everybody that does that celebrates Thanksgiving like that. I mean, at some point in time, I became kind of a believer in the fact of the commercialized efforts of why holidays were created, and then also finding out, you know what I'm saying, my true heritage, my true belief system, and my religion. Plus, I mean, you know me. Every once in a while, I delve into certain things, but this is a hitter for me. Was when I went to Jerusalem. When we went over to Jerusalem and we visited the the path that Jesus walked, his last walk, and I was like, man, I was crazy. I touched the slab. You know what I'm saying? The slab that they laid his body in. We went to the other side of the tomb. You know what I'm saying, and walked up to where to the mountaintop to where he was crucified at, man. And I seen all that, man, and it was kind of ironic because when we started walking his path, like at every spot where they say that something happened, like an event where the one where he fell to the knee and the patron came and helped him up. Like at every location where they say something happened at, it was like a big shop. It was like a big a carousel or like a you know what I'm saying, like a little bootleg, like a little bootleg shop. You know what I'm saying, like a whole bunch of different stores right there. It was like, yo, come get t-shirt. You want this the t-shirt Jesus touched. This t-shirt that Jesus touched. Come on. And I'm sitting there like, and just there, like that's just crazy to think that there at that place where they say that happened, they're selling products. They're tailgating. They're they're sitting out there saying that, yo, this shirt right here, buy this shirt because you just touch this shirt. That's crazy, right? I'm just saying, right? So when I saw it at like a real place, it just really got me thinking about how some of these holidays are really commercialized, and we need to wake up, man, from that shit. But anyways, back to sports. Sorry about that. Sorry to digress, but I let you guys have Thanksgiving off. I let you have Thursday off, but this Thursday, that means I'm coming with some bangers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come with some bangers. Okay, we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk this Thursday. All right, so just get ready for it. It's gonna be a double pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? Back to sports. So my Vikings, man. My Vikings, man. My Vikings. My Vikings, man. What is y'all doing, man? That's one thing I've always been upset about was the front office. Minnesota's front office. Minnesota's front offices. Some of the decisions they be making, man, I'll be like, okay, break it down for you then, right? Because sometimes people don't understand why I come at people the way I come at people, right? I get JJ. I get JJ McCarthy, right? I get it. I totally do. But no security? To roll out with JJ with no security. Even if you got Brett Favre again. You were just like, hey, yo, Brett, I know you're going through what you're going through. You need a little pocket change. Why don't you come over here for a minute and mention my boy? So when your boy go down, you got like a dude at least that can get us some things, can zip some things right there. Because what we got, Rosenblum, I don't know his name. Rosenblum, man, I don't know his name, man, but he wasn't it, man. Maybe, and I know how it is. Everybody probably looking like, Tyler, it's the NFL. You can the last I looked, he in a NFL uniform. And they went down the street and was like, hey, yo, bro, you want to come play quarterback? You in an NFL uniform. Come on, you can't. Come on, man. You got the best receiver in the game. Come on. And you know how I am. You know how I've always talked about with the whole situation with Apple Valley's high school football program when I was coming at coaches and stuff. I ain't got no problem coming at people. Like, you can't figure that out. GMs, you can't figure that out, man. Like, some of the weirdest decisions that have ever been made in the history of sports have come from our front office. Like, everybody can look at me like Tyler's always getting, but that's a point that I make. Am I making a point that I'm wrong about? The history of bad decisions. Think about that. Like, they have books for things like this, and that's a comment in one of the books. The most dumbest decision in the history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, T. Wolves made that. Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying, look, man. Everybody gets shots on Thailand TV. Ain't nobody exclusive here, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, for real though, our front offices, man, our GM, man, what they be doing? Why would you let JJ roll out without some security, man? Especially coming from the fact that he got injured like within the first 2 years. That shows right there, like, oh man, we might have to have something in the back, man. You know what I mean? Like, you should have kept Darnold. Should have kept GMs. What do we be doing, man? Some of those decisions you're making, man, comfortable decisions, man, they be costing us. Because what is it going to do? What is it going to do? What happens? Do you know what happens? People leave. People want to leave. People don't want to be on a losing team, man. That's just how it is. That's why I'd be like, and I try to tell people how important it is to learn to win, because people don't want to lose. Like, if people in this world don't want to lose that bad, why are we telling people that we should learn how to win? Because eventually you're not going to want to lose that bad that you should have learned how to win. You know what I'm saying? And some of these GMs, man, I don't know, man. I don't think they. And matter of fact, we know it's true. Some of these GMs never probably played anything past high school ball. So, You know what I mean? Like some of the decisions, man, y'all be making, man. Because I'm a smooth GM. I'm a type person, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how to put the right people in the right places. I know how to stand behind the right people. Um, I know how to take risk. You know what I'm saying? I know how to go against the organization if it feels need for the betterment of the team. Um, I know how to scout players. I can that's one thing about me, you know what I'm saying, that was so dope as me as a GM, because I call myself as a GM because I ran AA Spartans for 3 years, um, particularly for my boys, you know what I'm saying, to make sure I kept them together. Um, and then I made sure I was coaching or in some capacity, like I said, more so as a GM, giving opportunities to my guys to coach. That were great coaches that can give the guys that I need, these young men, what they needed. Um, and those are moves as a GM. Those are moves that help build a program, because when they see it work with your kids, when you make it work with the kids, with a group of kids that you've been working with, everybody else wants to do the same thing. And they ain't gotta say it. They ain't gotta say it. It's on Thailand TV. It's on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Been talking this talk for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? People finally listen. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Hey, but you gotta understand, man. I'm the ultimate GM, man. I'll make the moves, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring people together, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, though. Like I make sure I try to bring people together, man. Good people that want to be in good relationships with good people, whether or not that's like, on my love shows, or whether or not just us as a group of people, as a village trying to get together. Us Apple Valley people, we're a village, right? And that's what, my mindset is. I learned it from the hood. I learned it from South Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I was bred. My blood comes from Naptown, so hood is all I know, and that's where the love is at. So, you know what I'm saying? I brought it out to Apple Valley and taught everybody how to love, man. Just give love. You know what I'm saying, to everything, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every person, every young person, especially, and uplift these young people as much as possible. Um, because we get into a situation where you have a group of kids that just like each other, and when you get up to the pro levels, it's difficult. That's what I'm saying. That's why I try to have, teach this team mentality as long as we can till they get up to the high school, because then it becomes the highest bidder. Then it becomes crabs in a barrel biting for the next one. And, it's all about me. Now it's my turn to shine. Where's my turn to shine? My time to shine. My time to shine, right? It becomes so competitive for them, they forget. But if they learn it for, most of the time that they've been playing sports, which is 18 years, then, it's pretty ingrained in them to uh, understand that team mentality. Uh, but you got to realize, as a GM, you got to realize what pieces are going to fit with each other. And I think the Vikings, Timberwolves are doing it now. Even though, like I said, I mean, I don't mean to hate. I don't mean to hate on Jay Randall, because no. Like I said, I gave my flowers to Jay Randall. I say at the time that the move was that move was made, I didn't feel like it was necessary, especially going into the next year, because it didn't improve us the next year. I think it's improved us now. I think that now, with his transition into the role and the player that he is now, and with Ant being, who he is, but I think Ant needs to kick it up to another level. I think he needs to kick it up to another level, and be more dominant. But the supporting cast, and I don't mean to say supporting cast in a bad way. It's just to say it like it's a lot of you. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like we're pretty similar. Timberwolves are pretty similar to OKC. We are very similar to OKC because we come, especially with like uh Shannon and with Dylan. If Dillingham Dillingham get under control, Dillingham, you get under control, you're a beast because you move you fast, right? You get to your spots. But I don't mean supporting cast like a bad thing. I meant it like because there's so many of you guys, like especially with that six. And you know how I feel about Nas Reed. You know how I feel about me some Nas Reed. I love me some Nas Reed. So don't ever take supporting cast as anything. It's just so many of you guys. We have a 9 to 10 deep um, play style. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really, reminiscent of the old Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, You can just go. Okay, you need a couple of minutes out. All right, put somebody else in. That person, and we still going. We don't fall off when we put our subs in. So I think that's and Nas Reed, man. I really felt as if once again that's another GM move. I really felt like me personally, I could have moved you into that starting role. I could have started you. I would have moved you into the starting role. I wouldn't have made no other move. Out of told Towns, hey, look, now I was gonna start getting more of your minutes, but I would have kept Towns too. But now this year you can kind of see how it's working. Got a little bit of kinks and work out, man. They got to figure out who the go to is at certain points of time, and then Ant needs to be the person to kind of step up when he's on the floor, saying, "Yo, I got this." If we need to do it or facilitate. But I do love his game. I talked about his shot the other day. One of my shows 2 weeks ago, I think it was. His shot, man, that mug just bottom of the rim, floop, straight down. It don't even make that switch. It just hits the bottom of the rim, bam, straight down. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, GM. That might be a new one for me. I have to try to add that one to my resume. Most points, I saw this, most points in a game by an 18-year-old. The highest by 18-year-old in the NBA is 37 with LeBron James, 36 LeBron James, 35 points was Cooper Flagg, 34 points LeBron James, 33 LeBron James, 32 LeBron James, 29 LeBron James, 32 LeBron James, 29 Cooper Flagg, 28 LeBron James, 27 LeBron James, 26 Cooper Flagg. That means LeBron James and Cooper Flagg are the only 18-year-olds to score between 26 and 37 points, or 26 points or more in the NBA at 18. That's dope. He's starting to come to his thing, man. Cooper Flagg is really starting to come to his own. Like I said, he went through that whole point guard situation, trying to play point guard. Like I said, it's because, and that proves what I be saying, dudes. Listen to what I'm saying. I've told my colleagues this. It's difficult to take a person that's been taught to score all their life. Everything they do is with a ball in their hand and shooting it. Dribble, shoot. Dribble, shoot. Dribble, shoot. Dribble, shoot. Dribble, spin move, back. Dribble again, spin move, back. Crossover, shoot. That's all they've been doing all their life. And then all of a sudden you tell them, now when you come down, look at 4 other people before you try to take your shot. That's difficult to do, bro. That's difficult to do. It is. You got to have somebody who's literally already been willing to pass the ball to 4 other people before they take their shot. You got to have somebody that does that. That's a point guard. That's a point guard. Like I can't understand it. I can't. If you listen to what I say, blessings. If you don't, it wasn't meant for you. Pass it on to somebody else, and they'll use it. But I'm telling you, you can't do it. Look at your boy Fears, man. Your boy's Fears. I told you, one of the illest plays, Fears over at Michigan State. One of the illest plays was when he came down the fast break. He stopped at probably about the elbow, and he went bam. Looked in the post, wasn't there. Looked at the wing, wasn't there. Looked at the other wing, wasn't there. Looked back. The guy that was guarding the guy on the post went for the fake. When he faked back, guy at the post was open. Bam, drop. He went through everybody. And even went back to the first guy before he even thought about taking his own shot. That's a point guard, and that's what we gotten away from. You ain't gonna get away from it because you need somebody to get the ball to the people that want to shoot the ball. So you guys can try to push that spot away. It's just gonna make more ugly basketball. We'll have a whole bunch of teams full of Jordan Pooles, and ain't nothing wrong with Jordan Poole, nice, but everybody gets shots with Tyler TV. We're gonna talk a little bit about him a little bit later today. You know what I'm saying? Topic. Hey, everybody welcome. Hey man, but no, let's see here. Um, one of the things I did want to say was, I think I touched on this a little bit, um, just about certain players and their style of play. Somebody made a comment about, this is the last thing I'm talking about before I go into my topic. Somebody was talking about Draymond Green and if he was moved over to Charlotte, would he still be as successful as he is over in Golden State? Mainly trying to say that he was carried by Steph. Um, the reason why I bring this up is because of the position that he plays. I think he plays the point forward, and that is an actual revolutionized um, position, and that's why I think that his position would transition to another team, especially um, with Ball, with Melo, him and Melo would make so much great ball movement. That's how, see, this is the thing about it. See, that's how I look at stuff. See, people look at it like, oh, Draymond Green sucks because he doesn't shoot the ball. Well, that's not his attribute was not shooting the ball. His attribute was coming down, making sure they ran the play, because that's what a point guard is supposed to motherfucking do. He would make sure that they would run the play and get the ball to the right person, which was Steph Curry. You don't think that he would go to Charlotte and be able to find the right person to give the ball to? Because that's all he's doing. He's not riding Steph's back. He just knows, I got four guys on the floor. I have this guy that can shoot about 20, 30%. I got this guy that's a big guy. He can't shoot no threes. I got this guy. He's all right. You know what I'm saying? We working with him, but he's all right. He give me about 30%. But I got this guy right here who's about 45% from three-point line. Who do you think I'm gonna get the ball to? That's what he's thinking. So you don't think that he would go to another team and be able to say the same thing? Okay, look, let me look at the averages. Let me look at how this guy plays. Okay, let me get the ball to this person. You don't think he'd be able to do that? And then with Melo playing basically the same position, both of them playing off each other, passing because they go pass to each other. You know what I'm saying? And Draymond gonna pass it back to him. So I think he would be able. I don't think it would be to the same magnitude as Golden State because there's not another Steph Curry in the league. But I think the team that he goes on would be a little bit more successful. That's what I think. I think the team would actually be better in the positive than they would with the negative with him being on the team because of the position that he plays. That point forward is it was a revolutionized position when they came in. Magic was the one who revolutionized that position. May have been some guys older that they've done that too, but like as far as like commercialized Showtime Lakers, it was Magic that put that position on the map. You know what I'm saying? So 6'9" point guard. You know, can't make those up. Yeah, so I really do believe that. I really do believe that a guy like Draymond Green would be able to cross over to another team and be successful. Not as successful because, like I said, no Steph Curry, but um, and that's kind of what leads me into today's topic of the evening. We're gonna talk a little bit about that tonight. We're gonna talk a little bit about skill versus IQ. Skill versus IQ. Um, I I always begin my season practices. For my first practice, I always ask kids if they know who Dr. James Naismith is. I always do that. Everyone, always, because I want them to know, you know, the kids I'm coaching in basketball, particularly because that's that sport that they're playing. But I want them to know who the person is that created the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the whole purpose of the game, you know? And um, the purpose of certain sports are a little bit different, but um, what you do to achieve that purpose is different, but it's always the same thing. It's always to win, you know? and you got to do it the best way you know how. And two of those ways is having the skill and having a high IQ. Talking about your skill, right? That's the butter. That's the butter, man. That's the finesse, you know what I'm saying? That's the lay, you know what I'm saying? That's the three plizzy, you know, splash, dashy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Behind the back, you know what I'm saying? Jelly roll, you know what I'm saying? That's the ducks, you know what I'm saying? Behind the back, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The East Bay Punkers, right? That's what that is, right? That's what the skill is. The skill is all the oopsie doodahs and the whoopsie lies and the highlight reels. That's what the skill is. Really, that's what it is. The skill is also, the athletic ability to do all those things. You look at a freak like Wemby. You know what I'm saying? That's a freak, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a disrespect to him. That's a freak, man. That's a specimen, bro. LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? These are specimen. These are people that have um, gifted abilities. To be able to do what they do. You know, um, a lot of that is God given. But then again, a lot of that is also talent that they created in their mind. A mind over matter, being able to just manifest their bodies. LeBron manifesting his body to be able to take so many years of the NBA. Wemby just to be able to be so agile at his height, which was 20 years ago was unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Um, and most, like I said, most of that is God given, but just to be so athletic and fast and strong and quick, those things really help in playing sports. You know what I'm saying? And you can't deny that. You can't deny that. The ones who have the most athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, it tells a story about um, the age old days when, what I'm saying, teams that didn't have that much athletic ability would be teams that were just flying all over the place because they were able to do that because they thought the game, where the guys who had the skill just relied on their athletic ability, and just felt that any time they could just turn it on and turn it off. Um, and a lot of those things, like I said, translate to highlights, but it doesn't translate to high IQ. Um, things like you know, the hockey pass, right? Things like the hockey pass, that extra pass. You know what I'm saying? Just that extra pass, man. That's an IQ play, right? Um, and it's it's difficult to have conversations as a coach with parents of those kind of kids that don't that have the athletic ability but whose IQ isn't that high. It's very difficult because those kind of parents don't understand because all they're seeing is the athletic ability. All they're seeing is the highlights and the glams and the glories and the blitz and the butter. You know what I'm saying? That's all they're seeing. They're like, what? Why is it? Well, how do you have that conversation where you got to explain to them that the way that their player doesn't think the game is what's bringing them down a little bit, right? Yeah, they got all the athletic ability. Yeah, they can beat everybody down the court. Yeah, they can jump higher than everybody over the thing, right? They ducking on everybody, right? Flying all over the place, right? But when it comes to decision making, you know what I'm saying? Like and that's why the conversation is difficult because now you're getting to more than just what they can see. It's more so what's in the mind, right? Understanding plays. Retaining the information that you're giving them. So when they're making a mistake and you're trying to teach them about the mistake, they're not making the mistake again. They're not going back out there and doing the mistake again, right? They're actually taking in what you're saying and they're applying it, right? That's a part of it. That's part of having basketball IQ, and that's I think a lot of athletically gifted players. A lot of them are like that, And I mean, this is what it is. This is what it is. So that's why that's why a lot of them fall by the wayside. You know, that's why you have a lot of communities where there's some freakish athletes that just didn't go any further because they weren't able to adjust to school, how important the school is and stuff like that. So that's some of the difficulties that come in with dealing with kids that are just like dependent on skill. And I used to tell my kids all the time, like, the game is 90% mental, 10% skill. Because everybody, I mean, for real, like everybody can have skill. I can go grab. I seen a video one day of this dude. He threw the ball to his dog. Dog punched the ball with the nose and went through the basket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, right? I mean, that's how important skill is. The dog can do it. I can just my dog. I mean, for real. Like, if you put a basket, straight up. I shit you not, man. If you put a kid, right, you blindfold the kid, and you put a soccer ball down, and you put a football down, and you put a basketball down, and you turn the kid around, and you open the blindfold, let him see. Man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. The kid will pick up the football and throw it. The kid will look at the soccer ball and kick it, and the kid will grab the basketball and then shoot it. You think I'm not playing? It's a natural thing, bro. It's a natural thing. My son did it. I was cracking up. We was at his mom's sister's house. I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on, that's what I knew. That's what I knew what I had, right? But and those are some of the most difficult conversations as parents or as coaches to parents, because it's like I said, they see that glitz and that glamour, man. They see their kid flying all over the place, man. They see their kid, shooting shots and hit a shot, every once in a while. They're like, what? Why? But it's like, it's more to the game than that. It's more to the game than that, and it's hard. It's hard for those parents to hear it, but it's not a bad thing, especially if you grab your kids when they're young and try to get their mental right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to do, especially last year with my guys. I told them, I'm saying, like, you're when I was head coach of JV last year, I would tell them, like, you got picked. You're on this team. You think we just put random people on JV? You think we just walk around to the classrooms like, hey, man, you look cool. You want to be on the basketball team? No, you guys were picked to be on the JV. You got skill. You have skill to make this team. Like, we don't just pick random people, bro. Like, you got the skill. I'm not worried about the skill. Let's worry about your mental, man. Let's get your mental checked out, bro. Let's check into this game and let's understand what it's like to win at this level, right? And high IQ players understand that. They understand that. They understand that it's information for them. Absorb it and use it when necessary, right? Add this to your repertoire. You know what I'm saying? Add this to what you do. Do what you do, but do it this way, right? But keep doing what you do. And those high IQ players, man, one of the biggest things that they do is they read their opponents. They read their opponents well, man. They can read their opponent, man. Basketball wise, a high IQ player understands what a player wants to do within between 2 to 5 minutes in the game. He knows what this guy wants to do. He knows it. He knows what most of the other players want to do too. That's a high IQ player. That's a high IQ player. You know what I'm saying? It's been too many times that I've been like, I ran up to the kids after the game, like, yo, y'all know dudes left going, or no. Somebody after one of our games was like, hey, man, that guy was going to the right every time. No kidding. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point I'm trying to make. We got to teach them to learn that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn that, right? The guy's going to his right 3 times in a row. Most likely he likes to go to his right. I'm just throwing it out there, right? But that's me. That's the type of person I was in the game. That's why my vision is a little bit differently. That's why I teach the mythological part of the game more than I've seen done so far. So, but I mean, I'm talking about at the high school level, because at the college level, man, there's a mastermind out there. Tom Izzo is one of those masterminds. There's more too. I just like to give my flowers to the ones, my biasness. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing about real G's, excuse me, real IQ, real high IQ players. You know, they address the situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but like when I go places, like when I'm places, like when I be looking at people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get into this mode where I start looking at people, I start looking at dudes like I can hoop them. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if you've been in a room with me more than twice, I've already assessed whether I can hoop you or not. You know what I'm saying? Well, matter of fact, most of the time, I already know I can hoop you. I just want to know, I'm just looking at you probably to see how much trouble you give me. And you know what I'm saying? and what kind of move it look like you do. Hey, that's me. That's why I try to teach the young kids too. I'm like, this is how you got to be when you go on the court. I'm in a boy. We can be in an office room, man, for a business meeting. I'm looking at dudes like, man, I can hoop this dude. This dude weak. I this dude in the post, man. I don't know about other guys, but I do that. I'm pretty sure I know a couple of guys be like that too. But that's how it be, though, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of these young kids got to get their mentality to be. You got to be ready to assess the situation, man. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Because I be like that because I never know. I never know when I get a group of guys like, hey, yeah, man, we hoop on whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I already assessed you. You suck. You suck. You just the guy that had the keys to the ship. You know what I'm saying? So, man, yeah, man. But that's how you got to be, though, man. You always got to make sure that you assessing that situation, young people, because you got to be able to read what's going on. That's the main part of the IQ situation, is making sure that your mind is on what's going on in the moment, and you're understanding. Talked about this before. Urgency is a big IQ thing. It's understanding clock, time, possession, and understanding. One thing I love. I want to try to teach young people, man, is who to get a ball to. Sometimes you got to know who to get a ball to. Sometimes you got to know who not to give it to. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it's crunch time. My boys know me, and when it be crunch time and it's like 1 point game, 2 point game, whatever, I'll be like, hey man, look, we're gonna give it to you, dog. Hey, we ain't giving it so and so. We ain't giving it so and so. Hey, we just gonna give it between me and you. That's how. Hey, G, me and you. Me and you. And he know, and we be on that shit. But that's how you got to do it, because a lot of times with high IQ, you gotta have good shot selection, man. A lot of people don't have good shot selection, man. A lot of people take like 5, 6, 7 shots, and and 4 of those shots are horrible shots. One of them they make, and the other ones they don't. And the one they make, everybody wanted to, like I told you, to highlight people, the skill. Oh yeah, highlight. You know what I'm saying? But we just missed 3 shots in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you had 2 people open. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing about basketball. Football is a little bit different with the IQ. I think you have to have great read. Oh, you got to be able to read great. You know what I'm saying? And man, like when you hear me doing my show, TJ, man, you know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you. You can text me, TJ. I think he wants to be on my show one day, but he be acting like he don't want to be on the show because I be trying to do interviews with him. But yeah, that whole situation with being in positions where you got people that are open. I think there are a lot of people out there that get assists because they had to. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting assists because they're driving, looking to kick or looking to facilitate. They're driving, looking to shoot, and then 2, 3 people get there, so they're just like, all right, here. Here, man, fine, you go out of here. And then the person hits it and gives assist. You know what I'm saying? But I think, that leads into the whole, that's how you build your IQ up, is when you start being more of a facilitator, and add that to your game. When you add that to your game, people can see, okay, he can create without trying to get the ball, getting the shot itself. He can actually create for others. I think a lot of people love people that do that. And assisting, you know what I'm saying? Making assists is a huge form of having a good basketball IQ. Because like I said, you got to be able to, sometimes you got, especially in sports, football world, you got to thread the needle. Yeah, with the football, with basketball, with football IQ. Um, reading the defense. I think the middle linebacker. I think that the quarterback and the middle linebacker have to be the two highest IQs on the field for football. I think the quarterback needs to have a huge IQ because they got to know all the plays. They got to know where everybody's going, where everybody's going to be, what play to call, audible, when to get out of that pocket, when to throw that motherfucker away. They got to be time management. You know what I'm saying? They got to know where they're at on the yards, where the sticks are at. They got to know where they're at. The motherfuckers hash marks. So that's probably the biggest, and then the middle linebacker, because he's the one that's calling all the shots in the trenches on the defensive side. He's got to know who has the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's got to know. He got to get through them holes. He's got to take the wide. He's got to drop back for the wide receiver. He got to run in for the blitz. He's got to do a lot of different things, and he's got to alert everybody else to what's going on too. So I think that's the second probably biggest IQ play on the football field. All sports have them, man. But you can just kind of see, and that was my thing with my guys, man. My thing with my guys, man. The class 2026 guys. That's what I learned when I met those young kids, man. Was that's what we had. We had some guys that were, some good kids, man. A lot of hustle and glue guys. But that's the thing. That's what made us scrappy, man. That's what made us so good, because we weren't always the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't always. I mean, we had the fastest. We did have the fastest. We had two of the fastest kids on the team. So, and at least in the South Metro, we had two of the fastest kids in the South Metro. Guarantee you, hands down. There was no other kids in the South Metro beating these two kids straight up. But everybody else, we just knew, like, regardless of where they were in life, they were going to be great hustle and glue guys. They were going to be they're going to be coaches' dreams. They're going to be guys that just go out there and pedal to the metal, man, and just put their fucking all out there and just did whatever they could just to help their team win. And we knew that, and I knew that when I met these young people. You know what I'm saying? And have been wanting to be a part of. I tell y'all this story all the time, wanting to be a part of those lives, and give them that knowledge that I have to help them grow into, blossom into the roses that they are. You know what I'm saying? Young demons out here, young dogs, and those conversations are easy. Those are the easiest conversations with parents. As for a coach, those are the easiest conversations, because a lot of times the parents already know their kids are just the hustle glue guys, but they're just so happy that their kid busts their ass. That's it. They're just so happy to just see their kid bust their ass. Any accolades that they get, wow, they'll take it. But they're not out for their kid to be ranked number whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're just there because they can see their son or their daughter diving on the floor for the ball, D'ing somebody up, taking off and battling for a rebound or tackling somebody. You know what I'm saying, in the backfield, and just seeing those moments. You know what I'm saying? That's it for them. It's an easy conversation, like I said. Because they can understand that when you come at them about effort, their kid already gives effort. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of kids already give effort, so you don't have to preach that to them. They know about that, and like I said, most of the time they weren't thinking of their kids being the number one ranked kid in the nation anyway. So they're just there, supporting and having a good time. And the easiest conversation is with parents of kids that have both. Parents of kids that have both. That have a good mix of skill and IQ. Boy. Those kind of kids, boy, man, I tell you, boy, they're a coach's dream. They are a coach's dream because they're gonna bust their ass every moment that they out there. They're gonna bust their ass every moment that they out there. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do for the betterment of their team. Um, the coach's dream, man. Coach's dream. And sort of can be a coach's nightmare too. Can be. It can be because you get a lot of one of my players, Ben Chamberlain, last year. Man, that little boy, man. That young man, boy, he used to bite my head off, boy. He used to, boy, that boy. But that's the thing about it though, and that's what I used to tell my girl about this kid all the time. I'd be like, I respect this dude, man. I told him, I said, man, he might be a coach one day, cause dude, like he just he knows the game, right? He knows the game. He's got a skill set. Um, and he challenges me. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, it'd be sometimes I'll be like, yeah, we should have did this or whatever. He'd be like, yeah, right. Okay, watch, try it. So then we try it. It works. I'm like, yeah, it worked. Then he'd be like, then there's something I'll be like, yeah, try this. He'd be like, it ain't gonna work. And if you try it, it don't work. He'd be like, see, I try. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But that's that's why I tell you the conversation is a lot easier because it's like that young man, like he understands what I'm saying and I understand what he's saying. So we get it from both lenses and we're opening up. But that's a bit that's one of the biggest parts I think for me of having a high IQ is being able to absorb information from somebody else. That takes it because I mean look, that's why I talk and reference kids and young people so much is because I mean just look, like I will have conversations with men, saying grown men, and they be like, oh no, we don't want to do that. No, that ain't right. That's never gonna work. We can never do that. Blah, blah, blah. It's not how they talk. It's how they say the words. We gotta be just where they're at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Hey, Thailand TV, man. Everybody gets shot, so please don't get pissed. Everybody get them. But that's what they be saying out there, right, to me. And I'll be like, no, nah, man, nah. Nah, we gotta motherfucker come at these little niggas like it's time to go, bro. Right? And I think that when you tell people how things can be for young people, they get shocked. And the reason why they get shocked is because they forget. They've forgotten. And people will sit here and listen to what I'm saying, and they'll be like, "No, I didn't forget." Yes, you did. And the reason why you've forgotten is because the first time something bad happened to you, it changed you forever. And it's hard to remember that person before the things started to change you. The naiveness, the young, innocent person, it's hard to remember that. Okay, well, that's what we're dealing with. So if we're dealing with that, we got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? And these young impressionable minds, man, they're so packed with so much energy. It's rarity that you get one who understands the game, but at the same time understands. Okay, I don't know everything. I can learn something, and that is one of the biggest attributes of having a high IQ that a young player can have nowadays. And you get that from a lot of kids that um, do pretty good in school. Kids that do pretty good in school, you're not going to get a lot of feedback, a lot of disrespect, um, which comes with kids that are just only skill set oriented. You get people that understand what it's like to communicate and listen. So that's the dopest thing, man. And like I said, it could be having a kid that has both of that, man. Ken, like I told you about the young kid I was working with, man. Just a lot of I wouldn't call it back talk, like I said, because it was respectful conversation. And it's good to know, where their head is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, man, I think this the way that guy talks and the way he views things, I could see him, um, eventually coaching, because I think it's just the way his mind operates from a outside of his own shoes, you know, um, which makes it easy for certain people to play their role, play their position when they can step out of their own shoes for a minute, let go of your pride, and just get down with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the hardest thing to do, man. That's why I compare men to talking to men to talking to young people, because young people, you know what I'm saying, they may fight and resist, but they're listening. They're always willing to try it. Grown up men, they're not. Yeah, they're not. And what's funny is they'll take your shit, use it, and they won't tell you, won't give you your flowers. They out here crazy. Dudes out here crazy. Dudes out here like that, bro. That's how they is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You get shots on Thailand TV, man. If you out here like that, man, stop doing that, man. Stop doing that fugazi stuff, man. The guys is here now. They see everything, bro. It's your boy, man. Hey, under the Stiz House, man. Look, man. To a Thursday night coming at you with another love relationship conversation. So be prepared for it, please. And then tomorrow we'll be live, man, on Apple Valley Live, Apple TV Live. Boy, I don't know. Check my Facebook. I'll post it up, man. Matter of fact, I saw my story. So go on there and look. Yeah, because they finally, I sent a message a while back talking about, man, we need to get more our more, because we got Egan got a damn thing, Farmington got a damn broadcast network, South Lakeville South North got, everybody got a network where they showing their games, but we ain't have one. Eastview got one. I'm like, how we ain't got one? Come on, man. So eventually, actually this fall they started up with a Apple TV, Apple Valley TV Live, Apple Valley Live, Eagles Live TV. Yeah, that's what it is. I think that no, hold on, no, I'm not gonna lose this. I'm not gonna go off this show without telling y'all what it is. What's wrong with me, boy? It's aveagles.live. aveagles.live. So if you can't get to the game, that is how you get on with us and watch us live tomorrow. It's going down. It's going down. We have Brett, JB at 5:30, Varsity at 7. Thank you guys for joining me, man. Anybody that was on here tonight, I'm off here before an hour, so I'm proud of myself. I kept it down. I tried to make sure I kept my little bullet points down, you know what I'm saying? So, and I got off the mic a little bit, but we talked a little bit about skill versus IQ, and there is a big difference, and one can be harmful to the other one. But when you do have a player, and when you do develop your players into being able to have both of those at the same time, you will flourish. Your team will be better for it, and probably get a whole bunch of wins. You never know. I'll let your boy. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'm out.